There we go. Welcome everybody to the LinkedIn Turbochargers. This is April what is it? The 11th already. Already the middle of April. I can't believe it. Oh, where has the time gone? So we're going to go deep with LinkedIn today because I want to make sure that everybody is up to speed with LinkedIn and make sure that you've got all the different sections put up on your profile that you need to have. So I'm just going to quickly go down through mine. And the way you get new sections is you click this little button up here. So you see where my headshot is and my background picture is. You go here to this little button where it says add profile section. And you can click on that. And then you can work through, you have to add education, experience or position, a career break. If you took a career break, then you talk about what you did during that career break. And I find that if you talk about any, you don't put, so a lot of women take a career break when they have their children, right? Because they become a stay-at-home mom until the kids get to a certain age, at least before they start going out to work again. Well, you don't say that. You don't say, well, I was a stay-at-home mom. No, that doesn't wash. So what we have to say, even though being is, don't get me wrong, we have 8 kids, okay? I really believe in the power of raising a family. But there is a but. You can't raise a big family. You can't have more than 2 kids and work a job. You just can't. And do a good job of it, in my humble opinion. So I put down volunteer work. I worked as a speaker for the Volunteer Society. I've worked as a speaker for Womanition. I've worked as a speaker for different organizations, right? So you can put that down as experience and it counts. My son, Michael, who is our oldest boy, he, because we have a daughter that's older than him, but Michael works at not Microsoft. He did work at Microsoft for 9 years, but he's working at Amazon. He got headhunted over to Amazon about 10 or 15 years ago. And he's a lead programmer there. And he heads up a whole team of programmers. And Michael got me onto LinkedIn, and he was telling me he uses LinkedIn to recruit people. And he said, you cannot have any gaps in your education position, career break. He said, you have to cover all your gaps somehow when you're filling out all of your information on your profile. Because if you take that, if people look at your profile and they see, oh, for 2 years, what were you doing for those 2 years? Because they'll see your experience goes from this date to this date, this date to this date, and your education goes this date to this, and oh, there's 2 to 5 years gap in here. I wonder what they were doing. Were they in jail? You know, people's minds run amok. So we need to make sure that we cover all those possible gaps that we might have. And you need to have your recommendations open. There's all these additional honors and awards, test scores, languages, publications. Like I've published my own book. I've been published in a magazine. I've been, how should I say? I've been a co-author of 4 different books, right? So I put those all under publications. Everything that I've written, and can call a publication, you can do that there and put that there. And if you have a patent, I don't have any patents. If you've got a project that you're working on, so maybe you're working on a project in the process of writing a book or taking an exam or something like that. You could put your projects up here. Honors and awards, people want to see that. I don't put my test scores on there. I don't think that's really relevant. And you can add different languages if you speak multiple languages. So I'm just going to go walking down my profile a little bit here. So I've had so many profile views, 733 profile views. This is the analytics that LinkedIn shows you on your profile. I've had so many post views, and I've had search appearances. And I'm on creator mode. So you can go in and you can turn on creator mode. We'll talk about that another day. We won't talk about it today. But you can go and see what articles you've been featured in, and you can upload different articles. So you can click this little pencil on yours, because you won't see it on mine. If you go into my profile, you won't see any pencils. You only see it on your own profile. And so you can click that pencil and you can add all kinds of things that you've done that you want to have other people see. And this then it shows your activity, and I can start a post right here if I want. So here's my about page. And a lot of people don't realize that we need to have an about page. Your about page is called the about page in some sections of LinkedIn. And in other sections of LinkedIn, it's called your summary. So the about page and your summary page are both the same thing. So I just want to state that so that we have it in the recording. And when you write in the first person from your own experience. What has happened to you? What are you looking for? I've dreamed of being able to retire and have financial freedom. And when I'm writing, what I write is hitting other people that have the same pain points. So that's why I write in the first person. When I first started writing on LinkedIn, I talked about myself in the third person, and I wrote like Christine Till refers to herself as the marketing, or is known online as the marketing mentress, and everything was in the third person. It wasn't written in the first person. People relate more to somebody who writes in the first person. And when you write, you write like they're sitting right beside you. And so you're talking right to them. And you have this person that you're talking to. So I'm just talking about knowing that I don't have to worry about how we're going to make ends meet, all those kinds of things that hits everybody, but we're speaking in the first person. And then I say, can you relate? ? Because I'm talking to them. They're right beside me. And so people will relate to us much better if we talk to them in the first person and relate to them like they're right there in the room with you and you're talking to them. Because then everybody that reads your about page or your summary page will be able to relate to you much more easily, because they'll see that they'll feel like you're talking right to them. You get my drift?
Yeah. We do the similar thing for the webpage. That on WSB's page, and it's called My Story.
Cool.
And it's the same kind of thing, only we throw pictures into it.
Yeah, that's great. Well, and excuse me, my nose. So it's the same with emails. When you're writing emails to send out, we need to be writing in the first person with those as well. And just like you're writing to somebody who's right there in the same room beside you. And it's always think of the feel, felt, found. I felt like ... was happening, but what I found was ... right? Feel, felt, found. I finally figured out how to ... right? Because I was introduced to ... right? And so you could say that the same with your program, Patricia. You could say, I felt like I was drowning in my life at my age, like what was I going to do with my life and be able to make ends meet for the rest of the duration. And what I found was a program where we could get it all set up, and I could help some of my friends and family be able to, or help people like you be able to, whatever, right?
Mhm.
It's always try and think of the feel, felt, and found. And then I've got a link in here to one of my coaches programs for 60-minute power recruiting program. You can put links in here, but people have to copy them and paste them into a browser window. You can't click on them. I'm clicking on it right now and it's not clicking. They're not clickable in there, but you can still put them in. Now, this at the bottom is specialties, and most coaches don't teach about the specialties. The specialties are really important. This is for the search engines. This is not for people to read. So if you can, I've used pretty much my whole 2,600 characters for that you're allowed for your about page or your summary page. And I've reserved a few characters to be able to put in all my specialties. And when you put your specialties, you write the word specialties and then put a colon, space, and then podcasting, comma, social media strategist, comma, author, comma, business consultant, comma, mentor, comma, business coach, comma. And I'm not saying that to brag to anybody. I'm just saying that's how you list out all your keywords. So think about, what are people going to Google if they don't know your name and they don't remember the kind of product that they're looking for, but they know that they don't remember the real name of the product. So maybe they're looking for life insurance, right? Or maybe they're looking for health, something to help them with their health, or how to alleviate arthritis. I'm thinking of you, Jeannie.
Right.
So, I want to get on as soon as I can. I want to get on some of your sizzle products. I'm just at the point where my arthritis is doing really great. And I'm using a product called ASEA for my arthritis. And it's doing really awesome. I've got a big lump in my thumb that the doctors wanted to operate on. I have absolutely no pain in my thumb. It's fantastic. But there's other things that I'd like to take that I've learned about that would add to the benefits that I've already got, right?
So I noticed that you've got 2 network marketing strategists there on the bottom with specialties.
Oh, good for you. How did I do that? Good girl. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So I'll just click the little pencil and I'll go down to the bottom here. And so then what I'll do.
So Jeannie, can you send me something, email me something about what you do?
Sure. I don't have
really
I don't know if I have your email, Patricia.
I can give that to
Can you put it in the chat?
I will, sure. Oh, we have to ask our leadership if we could put something in the chat.
So there, I changed it. So what I did is I substituted, whoops, went too far. I substituted multiple income streams there. And I saved it. So I didn't go and turn that toggle off where, remember that place? If you go to the very top, if you're going to make a whole bunch of changes and edits, go into this edit public profile URL and go down and turn this button off, your profile's public visibility. Otherwise, everybody in your connections is going to get blasted with Jeannie has a new this, Pat has a new that. Pat's got a new job. Jeannie's got a new experience. It's going to be kind of boggling for everybody. So I'm just.
Oh, okay.
So you want to turn that off when you're making a whole bunch of changes. If you're just going to go make one change, like I just did, you don't, you can leave it on. It's a good thing. It's good. The search engines will get all excited over you moving around there. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my profile here. So another one of the very important section that you want to, here's another thing. When you're putting in your experience and your education, always make sure that you put a description in. Now I've put some really short things in here. I need to put more in my experience, because you're allowed quite a few words in your experience when you're writing.
Mhm.
More than, I think it's like around 1,000 1,000 letters, I think or characters you're allowed. So I've written some kind of a description on everything so far. So I have something up there. And then in my education, you've got a place to write descriptions as well. And I've put listed some of the things that I studied. And then in my marketing mentoress, I've listed some things in my experience there. So you can do that with all your experience. And then there's more education listed. And I don't recommend that you have more than 5 or 6 educational things listed there. I would do the last 5 or the most recent 5 or 6. If you're like me and you're as young as I am, you probably don't want to go all the way back to high school.
No,
Yeah. So I don't have that.
no.
You've got extra licenses and certifications. You want to make sure you've got your licenses and certifications listed,
Mhm.
and all the different things that you have done there. And here's my volunteering and skills. So your skills that you've got here, that you list here, should be some of, if not all of, the ones that you listed up with you at the bottom of your about page. All your skills that you listed up there, your specialties, make sure you have them down here in the skills and endorsements. This is your skills and endorsements section. And you want to make sure that you've got 99 plus endorsements on as many skills as possible. The reason for that is because then LinkedIn shows you to way more people on LinkedIn. So I've told you my story, I think, about going to the LinkedIn.
Yeah, you did.
So
So
how do you get more endorsements? Like, do you ask for people?
yeah, the people that are not in network marketing, which is, I had a lot of people who connect with me before I got involved with Gloria McDonald. But I did have network marketing businesses on the side. I just didn't say anything about them on my profile because I was coaching people with LinkedIn, and most of my clients were LinkedIn were bricks and mortar kind of businesses, or more traditional types of businesses. So I didn't say anything about my network marketing. But the thing is, I've always believed in multiple streams of income. And what I would do with people who were in bricks and mortar businesses, and I still do it today, I don't put a link to Gloria up there because she specializes with network marketing people. And so if I'm dealing with somebody who's not in network marketing, I'll ask them, so, hey, do you keep your options open to extra passive streams of income that don't interfere with your current line of business? And I'm surprised how many people of them say, yeah. If they're open, then I will give them one of Gloria's links, because those links, I have my links connected through Zap to my Keep email platform, and it will automatically bring those leads. Whoever clicks and leaves their name and email on. That's why I wanted you guys to start doing surveys, because you want to connect your surveys through Zap to your CRM for your email. And we'll work on email and connecting Zap next week. Okay. I'm going to write that down, email and Zap. And we're going to be getting a new person in our team here. So
is Richard still available?
Oh, he comes. Yes, he's still on the team. He just couldn't make it today. He has a hard time with Mondays because he's got another company that he's with that have meetings at the same time. Anyway, this is another guy. His name's John DiBattista. And he's gone through a really bad health challenge the last year. And now he's feeling a lot better. So he's looking at coming and joining our group. So now you know about the skills, right? So the specialties that you list on your about page are the same as your skills, and you want to put those down on your skills and endorsements page in that section. And recommendations are huge. They're even more powerful than your skills and endorsements. So when you endorse people, the whole idea of endorsing people is to give them some kudos, make them feel good about themselves, and to help them get viewed more with LinkedIn. And quite often what happens, especially with these people that are not in network marketing, they will turn around because they don't want to do my survey. I just tell them, oh, they say, well, I really don't want to do your survey because I'm not in network marketing. And I say, well, that's fine. Just find somebody else that you want to endorse. Well, then quite often they'll turn around and endorse me back. So there's not much involved in endorsing. It's really easy if you've endorsed somebody else. And writing recommendations for people, a written recommendation is huge because people, that's what they do today. People read your recommendations. They want to see what other people are saying about you. And if you've got a bunch of people on your LinkedIn that have given you a really great recommendation, that's really a cool thing. So I've got a few that I've given and I've received a bunch. So I've got 118 that I've received over the years. I've actually, I don't know what's happened. I used to have over 200, but when they changed, there was a big changeover when LinkedIn took over, not LinkedIn, Microsoft bought LinkedIn about 10 years ago, and they paid $6.6 billion to buy LinkedIn. Yeah. And I had over 200 written recommendations on there. And when they did that switch over to Microsoft taking over everything on LinkedIn, there was such a transition. They lost a whole bunch of my written recommendations.
Oh,
Anyway, I've still got quite a few, so I'm not going to complain.
yeah.
So think about people that you've done business with or had a virtual coffee with or had coffee with. I like this Cheryl Erickson. I haven't ever met her in person. We've just had virtual coffee and had a really good chat. And she sent me this great recommendation. As Daryl Perry, I've never met him in person, but I just met him at a virtual networking meeting and we had coffee, a virtual coffee, I call it, because I don't drink. I'll be drinking my herbal tea. And then there's publications that I've been published in. And I've got more publications. And there's other courses that I've taken and projects that I've worked on. So my projects are things that I've put together for my training program. So I've got my Marketing Mentress 101, which is my beginner program, and my Marketing Mentress 202, which is my intermediate, and my 303, which is my advanced program. And I've got others programs that I've put together as well. And then I talk a little bit about the honors and awards. And I only speak one language. I speak a little tiny bit of multiple languages, enough to say hello and goodbye, but that's about it. And there's some organizations that I have set up. My LinkedIn Turbochargers I put on here. And some of my influencers are listed here. I can show all 94 influencers. So these are people that I follow. I don't follow people unless they've got over 100,000 followers. Because I know that it affects the search engines. And here's some of my causes: animal welfare, economic empowerment, education. So there's so much that you can be doing with your LinkedIn profile. So my challenge to you is to work on your LinkedIn profile and get it so that it makes you look like you're larger than life. I have a lot of people who connect with me because they've checked out my profile. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to check out your profile as soon as they see you up there. They're going to check your profile. So I'm going to show you here on your profile section. It shows you where, so you can see when I've been really active and when I've not been so active on LinkedIn. It'll show you the trends. And there's people that they end up in your, who's viewed your profile, and you're not even connected to them. So I look at their profile and I say, okay, Florida Atlantic University says she's a tutor. Probably not somebody that I want to connect with who is in network marketing. So I probably won't accept that. But these other people, I found out that they were in network marketing. So I was able to reach out and connect with them. Now I'm on a paid platform. So that's why I see email and I see more people. When you're on a paid platform, the main benefit I get from that is that I can go all the way back to where I first started LinkedIn, and I can see everybody that's viewed my profile, thousands of people. But you don't need that. You really don't need to have that paid platform, because what you can do is, even though you might get to see 3 or 6 people at a time, you just go on and check a couple of times a day and see if anybody new has viewed your profile. So you can go in there and say, hey, thanks for stopping by to visit. So this Dawn Kelly, she's a new first connection. I sent her an invitation to connect, see? And she sent me a response. I'm happy to connect. Thanks, Christine. So I'm going to send her a reply now. So I have a bunch of canned responses that I use. I'm going to go up to my favorite canned response here. Thanks for connecting. I'm going to copy, go back into my LinkedIn, and I'm going to, because now that she's accepted the connection, I'll say, hi, Dawn. And then I can just do Control V, goes right in there. Thanks for connecting with me here on LinkedIn. Hope this finds you well. By the way, do you look for ways to meet new people and make money? And sometimes they say, no, thanks. And I feel sorry for those people because they're closing themselves up to opportunities. And I've been through so much in my life and seeing what effect one stream of income does for you and does not do for you, how important it is to have multiple streams of income. So I'm going to just click send and send this off to Dawn. And then I'm going to say, by the way, thanks for stopping by to visit.
So you call it stopping by. Okay.
Yeah, I thought, or sometimes I'll just say thanks for the visit.
Yeah.
Then people get back to me and they'll say, oh, I didn't know I visited you way up in Canada. I live down in Oklahoma or something like that. I've had funny.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
But you stopped by to visit my profile on LinkedIn. They go, oh. So it's important to reach out to these people no matter where they are, if they've checked your profile or whatever. So I see a lot of new people on here that I need to respond to.
But if you don't have the premium, they'll only let you look at 3 or 4 that followed you or that looked at you.
6, I'm trying to remember. I think it's 3 or 6 that you get.
Okay, yeah, because I get that response every once in a while and say, these people followed or read your, and looked you up.
They stopped by to visit. Yeah.
Yeah,
There'll be a
but
message
if you
that
want to
says-
know how many thousand more, you have to get a premium.
there'll be a message that says profile visits, and you can find it up here in the notifications tab. If you go into your notifications tab, you'll see a place in there. If you scroll down, here's somebody who sent an invitation out to me. I'm going to take time to read that later. But if you scroll down here, you'll see view results. You can click on this and you can, oh, this is a poll. Oh no, that's not the poll. Not what I want to do. Congrats, messages. See who's celebrating. Oh, they finally showed birthdays. Look at this. I haven't seen birthdays for 2 months. So I'm going to
Oh,
go, I'll go in
I've
and I'll
seen
look.
them.
So here's see all views. So you click on here and that'll take you right to your views. And you can view how many people have seen your profile. And if-
Yeah, but that's only premium.
no, you can see profile views in the free.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look.
Yeah, just go into your notifications and find, because they show you who's viewed your profile. You only
I
can,
just know I get emails from them, from LinkedIn,
yeah,
and it'll say so many people viewed your profile.
right.
To see them, you're going to have to upgrade to premium.
I
No,
know, because they want you
No.
to see all of them at one time, right? Because you're going to have, if you're connecting to 25 or 30 people a day, which is what I highly recommend. I usually
Yep.
connect to about 50 or 55 a day. You're going to have at least 9 to 15 people check out your profile.
Right.
So you need to go in there and check them out and see who's viewed your profile. And then you can just send them a little message and you can attach, if you haven't sent them a link before to a survey that you've done, you can always attach a link to a survey that you've done. Say, here's a little fun survey for you to tackle or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Everything I do online, I always am thinking, what can I use as a call to action? What is it I can do to call people to action? And that's where I came up with the idea of using the surveys, because it helps you build your CRM, your email list.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions? So if you're on the free, what you need to do is you need to go in and check who's viewed your profile more than one time a day,
Right. Gotcha.
because they will move down. As more people view the profile, they'll move down, and so then you won't be able to see them anymore. Any more questions? So another thing that we need to work on is the groups more.
Oh, look who's coming
Well, there's Richard.
in.
Better late than never, Richard. So the next thing I want to cover, next week we'll work on email and Zap.
Yep.
And the week after that, we're going to work on groups some more, because the groups are really the key to LinkedIn.
Mhm.
And then after the groups, I'm going to go into the back where we go into your settings and privacy. Not many coaches go into that area, and hey, Richard.
Hi.
Hi, Richard.
You're gonna
Hello.
oh,
have to watch the video, I guess. So the settings and privacy is really important to understand and to be able to go in there and help you edit your whole profile. So we're going to do that next. I'm going to go back into my profile here.
We talked a lot about you this weekend, Christine.
Who's we?
We were at a big conference.
Oh, I hope it was good.
It was just in small groups where we're, you know, when you mingle and talk, all that.
Okay.
But yeah, over dinner, we were talking about you because everybody compares where they get their referrals from and all that, right?
Awesome.
We're going, well, how do you do it? I said, I only do LinkedIn now. And then someone else will back me up on that. And then the conversation got going. And then a friend was talking to everybody about, you gotta go and join Christine. You have to go join Christine. She was so funny. So
Okay.
now all they're all getting serious and say, really, you seriously get contact from there? Yes, I seriously do.
Know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
So there's two places where you can check messages. There's this messaging place up here, and there's this little pop-up message here, these messages down here. And I like to come on, pop up. Come on.
Yep, I see them
Cover.
come up.
There we go. Move the
Yes.
our pictures out of the way. So I always quickly go through this because you can check all the little blue dots and make sure that you're on, you can go back quite a ways with this little tool. And I always check to see what the blue dots are because I want to make sure I haven't missed any follow-ups. And this guy, I can't understand what he says. He speaks another language and I don't know what language he's speaking because I can't understand what language he's trying to tell me he's speaking. So you run into those kinds of things too. And so it's really good to just quickly check your messages just by looking here. And I find that I like to use this other messaging tool because I can see the messages better on here, right? They open up a little more and it's easier to see what's going on there. But you can also scroll down and check all the blue dots on this one. So I've been in there early this morning and I cleaned it all up pretty much today. So I'm on top of it. And what I do when I go into the groups and I invite people to connect with me on the groups, I never remember, I don't ever click the little blue man to invite. And I get people that this guy, he's in one of the groups that I have been working on with Gloria, and he and his wife were reading they got into my email list and they were following my emails. And they joined me in one of my network marketing organizations. All of a sudden, I get a message saying, Mark and Jesse Jacob have joined. And I'm like, oh,
Your network, yeah. I like those messages.
Yeah, me too. And so with this, and Richard, I was telling everybody I got a green screen. Notice my background has changed.
I don't know if I do notice or not.
Oh, if you watch the corner, up in the corner, the right top corner, if I turn my chair, it's got one of these big green screens attached to my chair now. And you can see what my room really looks like behind me.
Oh,
How
I
do you
see.
mean attached to your chair?
Pardon me?
How do you mean attached to your chair?
Well, there's a little sort of a sock thing attached to the middle of the bottom of my green screen. And it stretchy fabric, and it stretches over the back of my chair and you slip it right over the chair like a stocking. And it's really cool. They're on sale right now in Amazon.
Where?
Amazon. I went to Amazon.ca.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Amazon.com as well. And it was only $38, everything included, taxes and shipping and everything.
Yeah, Amazon's good.
Yeah, I've been fighting with trying to have different backgrounds to use because I get tired of the same old all the time.
Mhm.
When I saw that was on sale, I thought, oh, this is a great thing. I can use this. And so I'm going to see if I can So any more questions? Because we're just about out of time here.
Oh,
No, I've written everything down, plus you'll send the recording.
And I've got to catch up on a couple of recordings, and I'm going to send you the link to my YouTube platform where I have all of the recordings stored so that you guys can access that platform.
Oh, okay, nice.
So I've been working on them, getting them set up with nice thumbnails on top, and you can see on them which date they're for.
Where do you find the time?
I work in my office I'm in my office from shortly after 7 in the morning until 9 o'clock at night every day, except Saturday except Sunday. Saturday, I'm quite often in there all day too. I take Sunday off. I spend time just relaxing on Sunday and going to church and stuff.
Oh, I do too. I don't give anybody my time on Sunday,
Yeah.
my day.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, we're supposed to be at our desk by 8, but usually I get on in time for the morning meeting at 9.
No, I've got I actually have a total of about 20 streams of income that I'm managing. But it's only the top 5 that I'm really actively working. And the others are all network marketing things that I use to, like, one of them is a program that I use to protect myself from identity theft.
Yep.
Another one is of course my Amway business, which I don't work to build. I just like the products. So I believe in buying from myself at wholesale and getting a commission for buying from myself.
Don't laugh. We do that here too.
I detest going and paying full retail, and you can't get away from it at grocery stores. You have to buy the perishables and things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just really detest having to pay full retail.
I didn't even know you did Amway.
Yeah.
Aren't they supposed to have a really good dishwashing product, Jackie?
Oh, I love their dishwashing tablets. You know how you get the white scale? Okay, I'm going to stop.
Oh, yeah. We're recording this. I've started her off on a different tangent. You know, Jackie Leffers.